Hello, my name is Dr. Shane Steele, and I teach at the Trine University in the Rinker Ross School of Health Sciences. And just the other day, someone came with the question, why has the traditional rest, ice, compression, elevation theory become outdated? Well, I teach exercise physiology and injury evaluation class. So this question, when they came to me, I absolutely love it, as this is, I think, a hot topic and where I see a lot of practitioners making some very common errors. So with this, when they came to me with this question, I found this article. Someone sent me this article to review. And this article was in the Sport Journal, and it's discussing RICE, the RICE protocol. Is it a myth? And they're looking at a bunch of the literature out there and just kind of combining all of the literature and making their summaries based on what is the available research at this time. And I must say that this article and the research, it makes a lot of sense. When you understand physiology, this article and with the research they found goes along with how our body works. And so what I was kind of happy to see is that this article discusses how RICE might not only be not the best option, but it actually might be detrimental to the healing process. So one thing I want us to understand when thinking about that is that whenever we injure ourselves, let's say we injure our ankle, let's just say we sprain our ankle. When we sprain our ankle, we get some swelling in the area. Well, swelling is actually a good thing, because swelling, to an extent, it's a good thing. We get some swelling in the area. That is an increase in blood flow coming to the area. Well, within our blood, we have lots of oxygen, we have lots of nutrients coming. So we want an increase in blood flow to this area. Now, we don't want too much blood flow. We don't want too much of everything, but we want it to come in, deliver the nutrients, and get back out again. So with that being the case, this article discusses how active recovery is maybe possibly the best way to do it. And I do agree with this, because with active recovery, we are activating a lot of those muscles down there. And so then what's happening is our muscles are helping to pump the blood through, deliver all those nutrients, and then help them get back out of there again. So it's helping to monitor the swelling. Where swelling becomes a problem is when we get way too much of it. And so we do not want too much swelling. So actually this active recovery helps a lot with that. Again, active recovery can help us get the fluid in, have the muscles pump the blood down in there, and have the muscles pump the blood back out of there while it's all delivering the nutrients that we need. One of the other things that this article discusses is how ice actually affects our lymphatic system. Now, our lymphatic system is a drainage system and a kind of a transport system for other fluids within our body. And what this article is saying is that they have found in some of the research, ice actually allows a lot more fluid to get into this lymphatic system. Well, that can cause an unwanted amount or too much swelling, which can actually be detrimental. So between ice limiting the blood flow or getting the blood flow out of there, we don't really want that. If ice isn't altering the lymphatic system, we also don't want that. So again, with our muscles, a little bit of swelling is good. So our muscles can bring more fluid in, more oxygen, more nutrients in, and then get them out there fairly quickly. So then the question becomes, why is ice good, or why does ice work? So one of the things that this article does discuss, and I do agree with, ice is really good at numbing the area so that we just don't quite feel as much pain. So with all of that being said, ice can help. Ice can, it can help it make it feel better. It can help all of that fun stuff. And then another good question is, what about compression? Well, compression can also help get fluid in and out a little bit easier. So I think a light compression stocking or a light compression could also be good, just to kind of help those muscles out. But please don't minimize the effect of swelling and how it can actually help us. It can help the injuries heal much, much faster. So thank you very much for your time. I hope this article helped. And if you have any questions, by all means, please reach out, steeles@trine.edu. Thank you.